Welcome inside the 10 lanes of the Kingpin Club, part of the National Bowling Stadium complex in Reno, Nevada. Geico PBA World Series of Bowling 7 rolls on with today's GoBowling.com PBA Viper Championship, presented by Extra Frame. Introducing today's semifinal matchups on lane number 1, Ryan Simonelli. His opponent on lane 2, Gary Faulkner Jr. The other semifinal matchup on lanes 3 and 4. On lane 3, Kim Balabi. On lane 4, Jacob Buttrick. Coming up, 4 Southpaws in today's Viper Championship round of 4. And hello again, everyone. Mike Jakubowski alongside PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Miss USA Kimberly Pressler reports laneside today. Randy, in one semifinal, it's a rematch of the World Championship semifinal.
Yeah, and what an epic battle it was about 10 days ago between Ryan Simonelli and Gary Faulkner Jr. Just a great battle. Gary Faulkner Jr. ends up winning that match and then goes on to the title match and captures his first title in his first major championship victory. Just execution and shot after shot, and he hoists the hardware. In our other semifinal match, MJ, we have 2 players that have never been under the bright lights of the PBA Tour, so we're guaranteed to have one non-winner in the title match. Mike J., it's the first time in 8 years we've had an all-lefty finals.
Kimberly Pressler stands by laneside. Kimberly.
Thanks, Mike. So, Gary, it's been 10 short days since we saw you win your first PBA Tour title, the World Championship, a major. So how has that win built your confidence coming into today?
Oh, tremendously. It definitely gave me a boost that I needed, and my nerves are still good, and I'm ready.
And how much time do you spend on strategy coming into an event like this?
We've bowled on this pattern a couple of times, and we've learned each time, so we just keep doing the same thing, don't change what got me here, so and keep doing what I've been doing.
All right, well, good luck to you. Guys, back to you.
That soft-spoken Gary Faulkner Jr., he lets his bowling ball and his bowling game do the talking. Let's take a look at the Viper Championship oil pattern, 39 feet in length. But when you talk to the Southpaws, they all say pretty much the same thing. This played very similar to the World Championship about 10 days ago. You're going to see the players fire it pretty straight right around that second arrow mark.
Oil tinted in blue to show you what the players are facing. A continuation of match play finds both our semi-final matches simultaneously, and we will begin. Gary Faulkner Jr. taking on Ryan Simonelli, opening shot, semifinal of the Viper Championship. Picking up where he left off.
The Viper just 2 feet shorter in length than the World Championship oil pattern was, Mike J. We should see a little bit more continuation in the back part of the lane.
First look at Kim Balabi.
Went up to Kim early on, just a day or two ago. I said, how do you pronounce your name? And he says, Kim.
Nicely done. Slow roller and a 10-pin.
Boy, it's all about managing the nerves and getting your feet underneath you the first couple of shots on television. And it's even more difficult if you've never been here before.
Simonelli begins with a strike. Randy, your first shot on television.
Well, I could hardly breathe. It was pretty scary. A great shot by Ryan Simonelli.
Simultaneous semifinal action, Balabi versus Buttrick and Faulkner versus Simonelli. Today's Columbia 300 fun fact, the first PBA event contested here in Reno at the National Bowling Stadium was the 1997 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. The TV finals of that event also featured an all-lefty TV finals and was won by John Gant. Balabi picks up the spare. Ryan Simonelli placed his name into the PBA Player of the Year conversation. Simonelli defeated Dom Barrett 236-222 to claim his first major title at the 2015 United States Open. Solid pocket hit for the Ryan Express.
Beautiful shot.
Jacob Buttriff out of Chandler, Arizona. Randy, safe to say no one throws it like Jacob Buttriff.
This is unique, folks. Take a look.
Opening pitch goes 2-4-7, and it is Buttriff, spelled T-U-R-F-F, pronounced Buttriff.
It's easy for you to say, Mike.
I just did.
21 years of age. Boy, he's got a lot on his plate right now.
Gary Faulkner Jr., PBA World Champion, doubles. A double apiece for Simonelli and Faulkner.
Faulkner's not human. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Impressive. From the first time we spoke with them, what
Amazing.
you see is what you get.
Amazing.
Calm under pressure. Buttriff picks up a tough spare in his first frame.
Yeah, and no harm done. He covers that, which is going to allow him to breathe a little bit as we take a look at our hammer tough spare replay. The 2-4-7. But it's a spare for Balabi and a spare for Buttriff. Faulkner and Ryan Simonelli perfect through 2.
Faulkner up. And he leaves double wood. That's a 3-9.
That's pretty good.
First non-strike in that match. Back over to Jacob Buttriff taking on Kim Balabi. Winners advance to the Viper Championship. Title match. And same result, 2-4-7.
He's playing a completely different line than the other 3 players. I mean, he's playing way outside. The other players are going much straighter, a little closer to second arrow.
Faulkner on the spare. Very interesting grip that Buttriff employs.
That's pretty impressive. That's back-to-back 2-4-7 conversions, first time on TV.
Ryan Simonelli, the 4-time PBA Tour champ. 11-10, career on television. Power mix, and they all fall down.
The 5-pin was hit so hard it was slap silly. Didn't know which direction to fall in.
Second of 4 pattern championships. We're qualifying legs for this year's PBA World Championship, and now we'll resolve each of the pattern championships separately. As Kim Balabi toes the line here in the second frame.
Boy, what a nice shot that was, MJ. Beautiful shot there. Nice form, under control. Said he worked hard on going straighter, and this is the first time he's ever made the cut on Viper.
Simonelli strikes, working in a 12-pin lead, 4th frame.
Go.
Oh, yeah. 10 last to fall. Coat hanger.
Dream come true for these youngsters, making TV shows on the PBA Tour for the first time.
Messenger, yes. Strike.
Impressive.
Balabi had been competing since the age of 13, starting in the Las Vegas Megabuck scene. And here is another look at that strike in this Barbasol close shade replay.
That was the head pin coming over to take out the 7.
Buttriff, pair of 2-4-7s to open his competition here. Simultaneous semifinals, 3rd frame, trails by 13. Makes the adjustment.
There we go. A better shot there.
Buttriff making his first TV finals appearance. And a strike on the board and can now cut the lead of Balabi to single pins. Best previous tour finish is 41st at the South Point Las Vegas Open.
And joined the tour in July of this year.
Picked up his tour card, competing now as a professional. Fourth frame.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, after a slow start and 2 great spares, he comes back with 2 high flush shots. Gary Faulkner Jr. showing us what he did to win a major championship, but don't count the Ryan Express out. Stay with us.
PBA Viper Championship presented by Extra Frame is brought to you by GoBowling.com. For family fun, log on to GoBowling.com to find a bowling center near you. By Geico, over 75 years of savings and service. By Eldorado, Silver Legacy, and Circus, Reno's premier downtown properties. And by Rolltech. Try Rolltech Action Bowling's daily contests and win real cash using your league scores. Make your mark. For over 20 years, the National Bowling Stadium in downtown Reno has provided a world-class facility for the greatest bowlers in the world, smack dab in downtown Reno. Viper Tournament highlights. Ryan Simonelli goes 3-0 in the best of 5 competition, defeating Sean Rash. Another left-hander, Gary Faulkner Jr. goes 3-0 over Jonas Jenkinen. A third whitewash, lefty Jacob Buttriff takes out Warren Crawford, also 3-0. And in the only match that goes the distance in the round of 8, Kim Balabi 3-2 over Kyle Troop. Top 4 in the Viper Championship. And to look at how they got there, our semifinals shaking out between Simonelli and Gary Faulkner Jr. and Jacob Buttriff and Kim Balabi. While we were away, Faulkner would deliver this strike, and he would also shake the rack and leave this 10-pin. Ryan Simonelli opens front 6. Kim Balabi with the turkey splashing the rack there. And Buttriff goes through the nose on this 5-count split and would recover with this strike. Simultaneous semifinals at the GoBowling.com PBA Viper Championship. Ryan Simonelli runs the front 6, and Gary Faulkner Jr., the PBA World Champion, leads by 42 to Simonelli. Balabi, 31 over Jacob Buttriff, both players making their television debut. Gary Faulkner Jr. made an impressive debut, winning a major in his very first TV appearance in the PBA World Championship. Found it very welcoming to become part of the PBA family.
It is definitely a family. It's definitely a unique thing. You would think that we hate each other, and it's not really like that at all. And everybody's really rooting for each other, and it's different. It's different than I thought it was going to be. My dad is the biggest influence in my life. He pushes me. He gave me support. He's just always been there for me. So he is definitely the biggest role model, biggest supporter, biggest everything in my life. I do see myself as a role model. I try to carry myself in the manner that I should. So I want people to look up to me just as I looked up to Parker Bone or anyone else.
Gary Faulkner Jr., major titleist forever, a winner at the PBA World Championship. And here's a look at his arsenal using the Jackal Carnage, the strongest ball in his bag. finds the pocket, drills 10 right back.
Looks eerily similar to the World Championship, doesn't it?
Kim Balabi plus 31, 6th frame, spare working.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of spun that a little bit, MJ, and it never grabbed the lane.
The 3-9. Randy, talk about World Series of Bowling. 245 players, 21 countries. Kim Balabi could have represented 2 of them. His mom is Thai and his dad is from Sweden.
And he carries dual citizenship, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He could have bowled for either country.
Right, but I think he bowls for,
He
for
does
Thailand.
bowl for Thailand.
Because the pay's better.
Got to follow the money, Randy.
Absolutely. Double.
Good pitch out of the break. Key for Faulkner.
Yeah. The only problem for Gary is that Simonelli's perfect for 6. Nice conversion there by Balabi.
Rolltech stat. Simonelli strike percentage versus Faulkner for the event. And now running the front 7 to extend that advantage.
And that pin carry is just filthy for Ryan. So much speed and power. He was your overall high average leader of the 4 southpaws on the telecast today at 232.9.
What's it take to get filthy?
A lot of power, a lot of revs, a lot of speed, and you just start making the pins dance.
7th frame. Balabi 29 over Buttriff. Solid strike. Simonelli's all business. 8th frame, plus 42.
You can really see it in him. All the experience and
Oh God, roll off it.
all the experience and success is paying off.
That one didn't come back all the way. 6-pin. Buttriff up next, the subject of our track tech talk.
Yeah, and something you don't see on the big tour hardly at all. He uses a conventional grip, and the finger holes are big, the thumb hole is big, but what that does is it allows him to roll his wrist up underneath the ball and create all that power. The speed is created with his legs, the power is created with his wrist.
Jacob Buttriff going with the booyah, which is the least of his arsenal. Just 3 out of a potential of 10, and leaving the 10. Simonelli whiffs a 6-pin.
Yeah, that's inexcusable, especially
Backed off.
at this point in the match with a commanding lead. You don't want to give your opponent anything to feel good about.
Spare for Buttriff. Late stages of our simultaneous semifinal matches here in the round of 4, continuation of match play. The winners here will move on to the championship match at the PBA Viper Championship. Big shot for Faulkner. Cut to lead to 19, 8th frame. This young man is impressive.
He's still in it, but he's got to figure out this left lane. Showing a couple of light shots on it. He did strike back in the 7th, but the 3rd frame and the 5th frame both came up a little light. Now Buttriff, he is using urethane. That is the explanation for the very low rating for that bowling ball.
Split. Wow. Gary Faulkner Jr., the Rolltech PBA World Champion, also owns the PBA Regional title. He's won as a junior in junior gold. He's won on the collegiate scene with Weber International. Here's the attempt on the split, but Buttriff goes open frame. And the impressive run to major title status for Faulkner. Running the ladder from the number 3 slot for his first title and first major. And he can cut the lead to single pins in the foundation frame.
Big shot here. Oh,
Four around
no.
the 7. Kimbalabi can really step on the gas here. He's competed in every World Series of bowling since 2012.
You got to love his shirt too. The yin, what is it? The yin and the yang.
The
Love
yin and
it.
yang. Tie symbol. Great strike. 53 pin advantage. Faulkner needs the spare to stay within 20.
He's in trouble though. The best he can shoot is 237. Ryan Simonelli just needs marks in the 9th and 10th frame. He'll be in the 240s.
Kimbalabi qualified for the Viper at 23rd, defeated Bill O'Neill in match play, and then Kyle Troop to earn his way here in 3 out of 5 best match play there to earn his way here to the round of 4 in control, plus 53. Across the nose first, errant shot. But he can afford it.
Still like that shirt.
Simonelli after the mental error.
That's nasty. I mean, the pins go out so fast. It's fun to watch.
Simonelli, the qualifying leader at the Viper Championship, went right into the round of 8. He beat Sean Rash to earn his place here. 1 mark to advance to try to earn his 5th PBA Tour title.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good shots.
little ball change here for Jacob. Simonelli will bowl for another title.
Spared for Buttriff, and a good run here into the round of 4. Simonelli advances.
That's me.
And he will face Kimbalabi for the PBA Viper Championship title. More Viper Championship when we return to the Kingpin Club. The Mountains Majesty in the Sierra Nevada, high above Reno, here at the Geico PBA World Series of Bowling as our PBA Viper Championship rolls on. Ryan Simonelli faces Kimbalabi for the Viper Championship PBA Tour title. Kimberly Pressler is with the reigning U.S. Open champion.
Thanks, Mike. Ryan, congratulations on winning the semifinal round. And now, as you head into the final round, if you do win it, why do you think that you should be considered for Player of the Year?
Well, right now I think it's a toss-up with a great player in Belmo. I do think that the 3rd title would make me the only one with 3 singles titles, along with the most prestigious tournament that we all wish to win, the U.S. Open. I think today might clinch that up.
Did you ever think that you would actually be in this spot?
If you had asked me 3 months ago, I would have told you no way.
All right, thank you so much and good luck in the finals. Looks like Ryan Simonelli is determined to win his 5th PBA Tour title today.
He's going to have to get around Kimbalabi, who has thoughts of winning his first PBA title in his mind. PBA Viper Championship title match uninterrupted is next. Bowling.com PBA Viper Championship has reached its title match here at the Kingpin Club at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Let's flash back to the World Series in 2010 in this Ebonite flashback.
Bill O'Neill defeated 4 opponents and climbed the ladder to win his 3rd career title. He beat Monticelli, Devaney, Jones, and in the title match, it was Andres Gomez getting 9 just about every ball. Bill O'Neill averaged 242.5 to his 3rd victory. And let's take a look at the Viper oil pattern. Again, 39 feet in length, all lefties on the telecast today, but bowling on 4 lanes. Boy, this new oil's holding up really good, MJ. You don't see a lot of wear and tear, especially in the front part of the lane, and the players are using surface.
We've moved to the championship pair for our championship match. Each player has bowled on 1 lane, and each has not, to fair things up. And here we go. Bullaby will begin. Good shot. Yeah, right back. 24 years old is Bullaby, and Ryan Simonelli looking for his 5th PBA Tour title and a potential berth as a PBA Player of the Year. You need this win to make the case. Oh, strike a piece.
Ryan Simonelli made a big change in his game about a year ago, working with Mike Jasnow, lowered his starting position, and what it did was it basically made him athletic, but it also made him a shot maker. Less muscling. Took a lot of the muscle out of his swing, freed him up, starting the ball lower, starting position. Watch him just drop this right into the swing. There it is, right there.
It still might get there.
Power mix for Simonelli. Saw something he didn't like, but the ball got the job done.
Well, he double dribbled it right into the front part of the lane. Mike Jasnow and Ryan Simonelli worked together again at the World Championship here at the stadium. Mike Jasnow's here throughout the 2016 USBC Open Championships. He's been giving lessons to several of the top stars on tour, including myself. You can take a look at Kim's Arsenal Hypercell. Hypercell, strong with surface.
Highest rated ball in his bag. 6-pin.
You always wonder when a player's bowling for a title on tour for the very first time, what's going through their mind. As you take a look from profile, there's beautiful form. Boy, he really sticks the landing there at the foul line. But what's going on mentally in there?
What looks like on the outside is often very different on the inside. And Bullaby cleans up the spare. Best previous finish in this event was 133rd in 2013. And he began competition at the World Series here in 2012.
His best career finish was 46th back in 2013 on Cheetah. Oh,
8-pin. According to Storm Tour rep Tim Mack, Kim needs to control his angle and ball speed to win. How is he attempting to do that?
Well, it's all about direction. You know, if he wants to give up the pocket a little bit, he has to be a little bit softer with his speed so the ball has time to turn the corner. If he's going to go more direct and straighter, he's got to pick up the ball speed. So it just depends on the angle that he wants to play. And I mean, right now he looks pretty good. His speed looks good. You know, Tim Mack also said that this kid's great at controlling ball speed.
Just a little bit, just like one. Yep, one. Okay, just one.
Going through it with Tim Mack and Jim Callahan, the tour reps for Storm, and now Ryan Simonelli had a string of strikes in the semifinal. He's got the front 2 here, 3rd frame.
I made a ball change from game 1 where he started with the front 7. Thug life, because MJ, it's all about thug life.
I try to maintain. That's an 8, and it's a potential on a scale of 10, so is not the strongest ball in his bag.
Well, he was using the strongest ball in game 1. There's a little bit of transition, a little bit of breakdown. He goes to something a little less aggressive.
Power mix leaves the 10.
That was muscled and fast.
What do you mean by muscled?
He started jacking the downswing with his arm instead of letting it free fall. He gets a little too aggressive in the downswing. And anytime that happens, his follow-through is extremely exaggerated. And the reason why he does that is he's trying to save it. He's trying to save the shot.
Single pin conversion for Ryan Simonelli. He leads by 20. PBA Viper Championship title match. Simonelli going for his 5th title. Wallaby looking for his very first PBA Tour title. Wallaby in match play. He qualified 23rd. He defeated Daisuke Nakamura in the round of 24. Took out Bill O'Neill in the round of 16 and then defeated Kyle Troop to earn his spot in the semi. No. 3-6-7. Needs to make this split in order to keep falling further behind. Comes up empty. The PBA Network is your one-stop resource for all the ways the PBA communicates with our fans. The PBA Network includes telecasts on ESPN, live event streaming on Extra Frame, PBA social media outlets like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, mobile gaming app, and of course, the PBA's official website at PBA.com. For more information, head to PBA.com and click on the PBA Network link. Better pitch, 10 back.
He's got to do a lot more of that to get back in this match in hopes that Simonelli doesn't run away from him.
Ryan Simonelli trying to keep himself alive in the Player of the Year race. He leads by 34, spare working 5th frame. 4 around the 7.
Much better shot. You can see the follow through is a little bit different. The other thing that Mike Jasnow worked on with Ryan Simonelli was to shorten his first step. He was very long first step, over exaggerated push away. Game looks just so much cleaner now, and obviously the results are paying dividends.
Spare for Simonelli. Plus 33 for Simonelli. If Simonelli were to win this title, where do you see the Player of the Year race falling as you get a vote?
I mean, obviously it tightens up a lot. I mean, with 3 titles, I mean, you know, you certainly have to consider Ryan. However, 2 majors, Norm Duke always said that a major counts like a title and a half.
7-pin erased on the messenger, and a little how do you do from Ryan Simonelli, points it down. 6-shooter style.
Right lane problems for Wallaby here on the right lane. There's the 6-pin. He makes a move here in the 4th frame, and disaster with the 3-6-7 split. Now, what's going to happen here? He is now in a position where he's got to tell himself, I need to strike out. I got to put some pressure on my opponent.
This to cut the lead of Simonelli to 23 with a strike. That was wide from the get-go. Double wood, 3-9.
Yeah, looked like he tried to help that one get back to the pocket. Trouble on the 1 lane, and Ryan Simonelli, the only trouble he's having is pin carry. Otherwise, he'd be perfect through 6.
In 2012, Wallaby won prestigious international events, back-to-back the 3rd Dubai International Bowling Tournament in the United Arab Emirates and the H.H. Amir Cup in Doha, Qatar. Extensive international experience, looking to win here in the States. Picks up the double with spare. He trails by 33 with 4 frames to play.
Mother is from Thailand. father, Sweden, has passports for both countries. He's done a lot of bowling for being only 24 years of age.
Yeah, started at the age of 13 competing in high-level megabuck competition in the Vegas area. So he's gathered some experience. And again, back to back. Wide left.
Yeah, it's just a bad shot. Wide left. Part of that is you know, just starting to press. It's getting late. He's trailing, trying to make something happen, and it's wide left. And starting to feel, in how appropriate, being that we're in the Kingpin Lounge, he's starting to feel a little Munson.
That was upstairs. This is downstairs. And Ryan Simonelli has a strike working, chance to take a bigger lead here with a strike in the 7th, can extend his lead to 45 pins. Looking for his 5th title and extend hopes of a Player of the Year run. Messenger, no. Chelsea Simonelli providing support for Ryan. Family very important in the Simonelli household.
All right, now Ryan's on cruise control because he's not being pressured at all by Kim Balabi. All Ryan needs to do is fill frames.
That open in the 4th for Balabi and no doubles. And Simonelli with the front 3. Clean and green since then.
Simonelli going at 218. If Balabi strikes out, he can shoot 213.
Very conventional hit. Didn't explode him in the parking lot. Didn't have to.
Yeah, that was pretty tame for Ryan. That was just kind of so, it was so high flush that everything just kind of went off the deck at once.
213 for Max, while Simonelli is pacing at 218. He's going to need all strikes and some help. 8th frame. Light and a 3-pin. Kimberly Pressler is laneside. Kimberly.
Thanks, Mike. So, Gary, you had a clean game. You bowled 225. How do you feel you did?
I feel good. I just missed the move on the left lane. Well, I didn't realize it was tighter until about the 3rd frame, and I made the wrong move. But I'm happy. It's not bad.
You should be happy. You made 2 television shows in 2 weeks, and you're leaving Reno with a major championship under your belt. Congratulations to you, and we look forward to seeing you on the lanes again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Strike for Balabi, foundation frame. 202 is the best he can do. Simonelli stays out of trouble in the 9th and 10th. He'll claim his 5th career PBA Tour title. His first coming in 2011 at the 1-a-day Earl Anthony Memorial Classic in Dublin, California. He qualified there as the tournament leader, beating Patrick Allen for his first title. Here he is in the foundation frame. End it. That could be your dagger.
It not only could it be, it is. Well, he really gives this from the business. Watch this.
End it.
Ryan Simonelli moving his way through each rank of competition. He was a high school state champion in the state of New York in 2004. Moving to college, he was the Rookie of the Year and first-team All-American at Erie Community College in 2004 and 2005.
It's up to my peers now.
His PBA Tour opportunities. And his family comes first, and now he is looking for help, Randy, in a certain vote.
Well, it'll be interesting to see results at the end of the year. I believe the voting starts right after the Scorpion Championship.
Calendar year season. Their vote will determine the player of the year. Ryan Simonelli is the PBA Viper champion, 5-time PBA Tour titleist, defeating Kim Balabi, who earns a runner-up here in the Viper.
What do you say? Some player of the year votes. What do you guys say?
It is a presidential election season, Randy. A lot of campaigning going on right now.
Yeah. I honestly, I still think that Jason Belmonte is, you know, at the head of that list.
There's a lot of folks that consider 2 majors greater than 3 titles.
Well, you know, Ryan's got a major and 2 titles. He made the shows and made 3 out of the 4 major shows. He's got a great argument, but Belmonte's leading in average and money. Dad Angelo just shows up to give Ryan a hug. I mean, you know, it's, for me, I would have to sit down and look at every single stat. Shows made, money, average, points.
You know, a lot in your future, brother.
Everything. And then I would weigh my decision based on all of those stats.
Kim Balabi has earned a runner-up finish. This is his best finish on the PBA Tour. And Randy, he's got a lot of game, very solid. And as Ryan Simonelli just said, this young man has a future in pro bowling.
Yeah, he's a good young player who needs some experience, and he's going to learn a great deal from this. We enjoyed our time speaking with him, and hopefully we get to do it again.
Ryan Simonelli cashes in on his 5th PBA Tour title, and we'll get a chance to talk with him when we return. Popeye delivers the big arm and drops the hammer for his 5th PBA Tour title. We'll talk to him shortly. PBA Viper Championship presented by Extra Frame is brought to you by GoBowling.com. For family fun, log on to GoBowling.com to find a bowling center near you. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. Now with new rust-proof aluminum bottoms. By Reno Tahoe USA. For your next vacation getaway, go to visitrenotahoe.com and buy the USBC, a future for the sport. Majestic Mount Rose and powder skiing down the hill. 4 seasons of recreation in the Reno area, including great selection of winter sports. And now Randy Peterson slaloms through the Geico Championship recap.
Nice segue, MJ. Our opening matchup was Ryan Simonelli taking on Gary Faulkner Jr., and it was all the Ryan Express, starting with the front 7, and he wins that opening match against the world champion, 245 to 225. Our other matchup was 2 players making their first ever televised appearance, and it was all Kim Balabi winning his match against Jacob Buttriff, 222 to 181. And then in the championship match, it was all Von Ryan Express. Throwing wood everywhere. It's Ryan Simonelli winning his 3rd tournament of the year, 237 to 201 over Kim Balabi. And that, folks, is your Geico Championship recap.
Kimberly Pressler is with our champion.
Ryan, you seem to be playing with purpose out here today. What was that purpose?
Player of the year. You got to make a statement. Belmo, best in the world for a long time. It's going to take a stamp to beat him and overcome that. So it's up to the peers now. 3 titles, U.S. Open. You never know.
Well, 10 days ago, we saw you at the World Championship, and there were 4 lefties on that show. Today, it was an all-lefty show. What did you learn from the World Championship that you could apply here today?
You know, I was really overwhelmed on that show when I got defeated. You know, I just tried to regroup. I didn't have a whole lot to think about besides Player of the Year, and it was just laid on my mind. And I just felt like I needed one more, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. So this was the hardest show I think I've ever bowled.
Well, I see you getting a little emotional here, but let's talk a little bit more about that Player of the Year. So, should you win it, what would that mean to you and your family?
that'll mean the world. Just to be known as the best, just if it's just for a year. You know, you hear sometimes, I think you're the best lefty out there. You know, you hear these little things from your peers, and they mean a lot. But player of the year, to say that I'm the best on both sides of the lane, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Well, congratulations, Ryan Simonelli, on winning Viper Championship.
He certainly made a statement. It's going to be interesting when it goes to a vote to see, you know, that there's been times throughout the years on the PBA Tour when it went to a vote, it's not always about stats.
Next PBA Tour telecast is the PBA Chameleon Championship, part of Geico PBA World Series of Bowling 7, next Sunday at 1 on ESPN. The Viper qualifying leader, Ryan Simonelli, runs the table on his way to his 5th PBA Tour title. And now, we'll leave it up to the players. Player voting will determine the Chris Schenkel PBA Player of the Year Award. For Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, this is Mike Jakubowski wishing you a Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2016.
Thank you. Great week.